trialing them with the Chen. And Shadow Demon Klinks can't do shit against that.
All right, here we go. Game 2, EG versus Cloud9. EG leading 1-0 in this series. On the dire side, we have Fada playing the Zeus, Bo3 taking up the Nature's Prophet, Misery the Slayer on the Earthshaker, Big Daddy No Tail on the support Night Stalker with the new Immortal, EE on the classic Gyrocopter. On the Radiant side, we have Aoi with also the cool Enigma cosmetic. We have Sumail closely behind on the Shadow Fiend Universe, Battle Fury up on the Faceless Void, Fear on the Queen of Pain, and last but not least, the Captain, PPD on the Skywrath Mage. Do you like any of these drafts in particular before Eruption might happen in the jungle?
I think both teams have a draft that fit them very well. It just comes down to who plays better, to be honest.
I agree. I like both drafts.
I don't think any drafts particularly counter each other or any heroes are better against the others or whatever. I just think you know, whoever gets the game going is going to win.
Yeah. Is that what teams usually do when they're 1 or 2 games away from elimination? Is just go back to what you're most comfortable with?
Yeah, that's a very, very usual move. Because you gotta play good. When you feel too pressured, you cannot play good.
Looks like C9 definitely wants to secure some sort of farm for Bo3. We see 4 wards up in the Radiant jungle, 2 sentries and 2 observer wards, and placed in different spots.
And they do not want this 12-minute Aghanims again.
Well, Enigma I've seen work with 2 camps. With 1 camp, I'm not too sure about it.
Yeah,
not sure where I was going to start off with.
You see him by region. He's just going to go into the offlane with the Faceless Void.
And that's the correct move by Aoi. You just go away from the jungle.
It's a very natural move. It's you know, when I was playing against VG in the finals, I went to the Ancients. In hindsight, I probably should have just gone to the lane. And it's just a natural move when you play Enigma if your jungle's warded, because Enigma can lane very well. You just, you know, keep denying creeps, you get all the denies, blah blah blah.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget Enigma's actually a very decent laner.
Yeah.
Bo3 putting out a lot of harass with the Treants. See Big Daddy trying to shore up some defenses over here. Not sure if they have enough region versus double range.
This time we already see how different C9 wants to play the game. They putting pressure on every lane right away. Night Stalker, Prophet off lane.
And mass warding.
And a lot of warding right away. Let's take a look at their safe lane. I think their safe lane could be in EG's favor.
Yeah. They don't have the pull though.
I think the Gyrocopter rocket barrage can't be that good against the islands. There's a lot of trades going on.
Is having a farmed EE that important though?
Levels is more important than anything.
Yeah, no, you don't really need any like particular. You don't have a BKB time in this game, for example.
Yeah, this game is gonna start on minute 4 of the Night Stalker into the Zeus ulti and Prophet ulti and Gyro ulti. This is where the game will start becoming very chaotic.
Oh, Fissure comes out.
Yeah.
Not too sure why.
I think he was getting the creep, I think. The Eidolons were hitting the big creep and he just secured it.
Looks like farm is about even the miss. Sumail looks like he's about to pull ahead pretty soon. Magic Stick already up, well on his way towards his bottle.
Yeah.
And
this is an even lane. Like SF has the advantage of getting all the creeps. Because SF... Oh, there we go.
Bo3 gives up first blood for the dual int lane. Looks like Night Stalker was preoccupied elsewhere.
This is not what C9 wanted. Like, Night Stalker was going to suicide. He had no mana and was probably low on health too. So Furin has to chill a little bit, stay patient until Night Stalker comes back. But EG grasps the chance right away, just killed him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have a TP scroll in his inventory. I don't think he should be dying to that lane when Night Stalker is not there.
He has to stay patient because, like, how it goes down is the Night Stalker says, I'm gonna suicide because I'm out of everything. I'm gonna just TP back to the lane, buy my items, lose 0 gold, do the death healing kind of thing. So all the Prophet has to do is wait 30 seconds, but he didn't wait 30 seconds, and EG very good at taking chances. Just killed the Prophet.
Yeah.
So it's more of a misplay more than anything else.
That's a very rough lane for C9 though, especially now that they've had the first blood.
Now the lane is so much in EG's favor.
Like, you already see this guy with full mana and he has two points up in the arcane shot.
Yeah, and this is where we can talk about pressure, like the mental pressure of players. If I think if Bo3 wouldn't be pressured and would just stay cool, he wouldn't have done this mistake.
Well, Bo3, somewhat of a emotional player, as we see. Misery, Fissure down, Universe getting pressured a little bit, but I mean, there's so many heroes that do well with farm on side of EG. Like, starving Universe out is not
And
even
the later the game goes, it might just go in EG's favor. But at the same time, C9 has a lot of potential.
Oh, nighttime about to open up here at the 4-minute mark. See EG control the bottom rune, Earthshaker controlling the top for the old Zeus, DD on the bottom, and that will go into Queen of Pain's bottle. That is very bad for...
Yeah, that DD rune actually is very, very, very bad for C9.
Yeah, especially against that kind of lane where you can just go in and start right-clicking.
Yeah.
And they did have eyes on it, but... Well, PBD looks like he's going to get harassed out a little bit, but just no, not with Queen of Pain there.
At the same time, we see a Shaker rotate in the mid, and I wonder if they're going to go for this kill with the Furon teleport.
It's a very tough kill. 8 magic stick.
Yeah.
SF is having a very good game.
And Enigma's right there.
Yeah.
Enigma should be 6.
SF is on
soon.
34 creep kills. That's
Oh wow, he's actually...
That's the strength of SF against Zeus when he hits level 4-5. Like, Zeus cannot deny against SF.
Don't they need some sort of movement right now, though? I would say from Cloud9. I mean, they're losing all 3 lanes.
Yeah. I mean, the top is going quite okay for them, but
Yeah,
at the same time,
top is fine.
Enigma's already starting to farm the jungle.
They just need their levels. They need the 6 Zeus and the 6 Prophet and try to get some kills.
Big
Might go
Daddy?
for this with the Prophet.
TP in, PBD
Zeus out.
will come in. I think he's just as well. Yeah, nice kill from Zeus.
Yeah, very good presence of mind from Fada. Just assist with that kill.
Yeah.
And now Cloud9 looking to take over the jungle a little bit.
It's not the biggest deal for EG though. Like, if the Zeus, like, Zeus is gonna get a kill with his ulti anyway, and if it's Skyref, that's the best that can happen to them. That's the most worthless hero in their lineup.
Well, I don't think they can get this kill. Not without Zeus ult, not right next to T1, and not without Nature's Prophet. The DD has been popped by Fear. Looks like, I mean, the SF is just completely unchecked. He's not able to utilize his jungle that much, though, because Enigma's occupied, but looks like he's under some pressure now. Big Daddy coming in from behind. We see Skywrath come in. It looks like Sumail will take a spill. Misery comes in with a fissure to clean everything up.
I think I'd say that's an okay trade for C9.
Yeah.
I might
think
even get this
the
guy.
trade was in EG's favor though.
Do they have-
Skyref got a lot of levels from that.
Well, at the same time, Shaker and Nightstalker also got levels, I think.
That's true, but they shared the experience through 3 heroes.
Yeah.
Compared, I think Skyref only shared with Enigma.
PPD trying to do the same thing and protect old Sumail in the mid lane. Look how he gets some capture space. I mean, he's not that far behind considering where he had to go.
Yeah.
EG is like, if both teams have to ask themselves if they're like satisfied with the pace of the game, EG is very satisfied at this point. Nighttime is gonna be soon over. Enigma is starting to farm a lot in the jungle. SF is just free farming too. Queen of Pain is also free farming. They have no troubles in their mind. While C9 is pressured to complete something on the map.
They also just have a lot better vision on the map too.
Yeah.
Well,
He might die to this last one. Yeah.
nice try from Misery there. And I mean, Nightstalker, he's going to be dead by the time he comes back. Nighttime is almost over, as you guys mentioned. And I mean, there's 3 wards up on EG, and I don't think they had that block up, the pool block up before. So I mean, I think those are pretty fresh, going to last for a pretty long time. And always getting his items.
Yeah, EG is hitting their level 6s too now on Faceless Void soon. And even Skyref is going to have his 6 soon.
Well, one last draw before nighttime
I
ends.
wonder if Universe didn't see that Nightstalker coming, because I think his ward might have spotted him.
Well, nice
not.
fissure comes out.
It was a very needed gank.
Yeah.
Also very well executed by C9.
I don't think he smoked. Yeah,
Nah, he didn't
should
spot. I
see
feel like that ward should have spotted him. Maybe he just wasn't paying attention. Because if that kill didn't happen, that's very, very bad for C9.
Yeah.
But instead, they get the kill.
That was like the last effort on Nighttime, and it actually worked out.
Interesting pickup on Furon. He goes for the medallion as his first item.
Wait, they want to do an early Roshan.
Yeah.
Fear, complete control, bottom rune. DD, illusion, then another DD. Bo3 still doing okay, but yeah, the medallion pickup. Don't they need better map control before they can do Roche? Like, they don't have enough damage, I don't think, to sneak it. like they usually do.
And they probably set the idea before the game started what they want to do, like put pressure on them, get control of their jungle through Night Stalker, and let's just take Roshan.
Yeah, it was actually when Night Stalker died in EG's jungle. He died to Skywrath, Enigma, and Quap. He was actually on his way to place a ward, but he didn't get the ward out because EG had vision of him. But I think if that ward is placed, that gives C9 so much info. So it's quite sad that they didn't get the ward out.
And it was just information Zeus ulti too. He spotted the smoke.
Yeah.
He's still going for it.
Well, Fear blinks in on Misery. Misery certain to perish, but we'll get some more damage on Fear. And another nice ward placed out. Fear with blink on cooldown for 5 more seconds. Will die to Bo3, TPing in for the kill.
I think Misery didn't expect Queen to actually go for that. That's why he stayed around. But he did. And he paid for it too. So that was not worth it for Fear.
Yeah, and taking out some stacks right now. Faces Void, still one of the poorest men in the bunch.
Yeah. As per usual when EG plays their Void.
Yeah,
that
doesn't really matter to them. Like he's level 7. That's very good for him.
Yeah. I wonder what level Skywrath is.
He should be close to 6.
Yeah, he's getting really close.
Like when Skywrath has level 6 and they have the Chronosphere and Skywrath ulti going on, it's very hard to just stay on lanes.
Fear has to beat up top.
Chrono.
And Chrono will go out on Big Daddy. No other ultimates blown. And easy kill.
It's a very good gank. When you have a Chronosphere, you want to use your cooldown. You don't want to just save it all the time. So you use it on any kill. It's always worth it.
Sumail going for the Yule's build. Now we will just use a Black Hole solo on Fada and secure
he just wanted to see the animation.
It's the same thing that applies to the Black Hole as the Chronosphere.
Yeah, even though Black Hole's cooldown is huge, you still want to use it.
Yeah.
For a Zeus kill, that is a solo mid kill, it's definitely worth it.
Well, I mean, C9's falling a little bit behind right now. Nighttime coming in about 1 minute and 20, but I don't really think they got enough mileage out of the early game, and the way their lineup scales is just incomparable to EG. I'm a little bit worried come later.
I think their game is going to have to progress through this Nature's Prophet, I think. I think he's going to be key in this game.
Yeah.
And the things he's going to do is what's going to be able to make C9 go further in this game.
It's so hard for the Prophet to apply pressure in this game. There's a Faceless Void who can jump you. There's Skywrath and Quap, very quick heroes. So I'm not sure what his game plan is. He's going for Necro.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm not sure if that's the build though for this game. I guess they have some idea, which I'm not realizing right now. The SF already has his Yules.
Yeah. If Fiora stays around, he might die here.
A nice try with another setup for a fissure. Sumail waiting for Bo3 on bottom.
Sumail is feeling like the king in the game now. He can do what he wants. He has Yules, Threats, he has haste in his portal. He's level 11, 11 minutes into the game, 100 creep kills. He is like in no danger whatsoever.
Oh, that's another hero that can just pick on Bo3. I'm not sure how effective he can be.
Yeah, you see the Prophet just stays bottom and he can't really do anything. He's just chilling there.
Even during nighttime too. It's not a good mentality for Cloud9.
No. You see the Night Stalker is moving in the secret shop. He's trying to find something. He's gonna try to gank the Void. The Universe is very cautious this time. Just camps his tower. So they're both like, if you look at the map, the only heroes that are showing is the SF on bottom lane. And no one else is really showing. Even the Void is not showing yet. Like now he's showing on top lane, so both teams are just very cautious.
I wonder if they can actually go for this kill, because if SF has a TP with his haste and his
it's
use.
not a good kill, I think, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have Zeus ulti and Prophet ulti, but...
Instead they're gonna go for Fear. This guy should be
Fear
really
gets sounds from the back and gets blown up.
At the same time,
Sumail goes in with his haste.
there's no mana.
Oh, yeah.
And go. Does not have enough mana for Requiem to follow up. Echo Slam comes out on Universe with a Whip Chronosphere and no time walk up for 5 seconds. Bo3 TP's in Medallion's Universe and he is trapped inside and
Good God, this Astron's use.
The Yules change. Just owned him right there.
He owned himself with the Yules.
Wow.
He was probably very confused, like he was clicking on it and seeing what's going on, guys.
They were in such a good position. Fada dodges the Mystic Flare TP coming in and he will die to Midnight Pulse and a scream from Queen of Pain. I mean, still, that's a couple of big kills for EG or for Cloud9. That's
That
big
was very
momentum.
needed.
Yeah.
Like in reality, they would have just killed the gyrocopter, and DG would have snowballed even harder. But now C9, I guess, a very good chance to do something in this game.
Yeah, there's some great picks right there. Queen of Pain building tanky. Ags coming out first. I mean, he was net worth leader by a good, like, 2,000, I would say. Even just 1 minute ago, and now he's neck for neck with Gyrocopter, Medallion coming into play, Necro Book, Roshan being taken down by
That's
Bo3.
one of the ideas of the Necro. Yeah, they really, really want the Rosh.
Can he solo it? I don't think so.
If he micros well enough to get his second set of 3, I guess he can.
Well, damage is coming out a little bit slow. Looks like EG none the wiser, still a little bit nighttime. They have a couple minutes left.
C9, they do want to show on the map to make it less suspicious. So they're just gonna start running around. You already see Night Stalkers diving deep, showing on the river runes.
I guess this new Necrobook all on the one enables you to do Russian.
That's true. The HP got buffed quite a bit.
Well, Bo3 looks like he's gonna be able to take it out in the end.
This is gonna catch EG completely out of surprise.
Yeah. Oh, Zuzo comes out, will scout out Fear. Big Daddy trying to go in for a kill, but will instead just draw a TP out. Big Daddy trying to run away. We see Enigma come in, but no one can catch him. He will run away.
Very, very good play from Noto.
Yeah, he forced him to come with TPs, waste their time. Roshan is gonna fall down.
I guess for Zeus. Zeus is like the most like vulnerable hero right now. So getting Aegis on him is super good for C9.
What build is EE going for? Sage first again.
I'm wondering why he does the same. I guess he just want to play cautious. Like he just doesn't want to die.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's a correct mindset.
I mean, he's very tanky right now. He has the Dominator and the Frost Creep. So I mean, he's sitting on like what could it be, like 16 armor or something?
Oh, he has the Frost Creep? Yeah, that's a huge deal. If you look at EG's lineup.
27 armor with 1.6k HP. So I think the way Envy wants to play his Gyrocopter is just to be like a frontliner.
Did top lane go by the SF on the core?
That was...
It ruined the fluency of EG.
It ruined everything for them.
So they're like struggling to find an opening now. They will find it through their big ultis. But it's like they're just in a weird spot right now.
Do you think they're pressure to make a move or just pressure to not make mistakes?
No, EG's just gonna chill. Like EG's very good at just being patient. Like, every team can learn from that. They're just gonna wait for the right moment. They understand C9 has Aegis, so there's no point going for a fight. They might just wait out the Aegis unless a really good chance just comes up.
Yeah.
So they just keep farming. They know SF is a good late gamer. He has to keep farming every point in the game.
Speaking of chances, he picks up a blink along with his heals.
Oh, he's gonna find the kill. It's a very good kill for him.
Yeah.
Well, the 1-2 punch followed by a long-range raise.
Sumail's biggest strength. He's very good at just finding kills alone.
Yeah.
Like we saw it in DAC with Storm Spirit. He constantly just picked off heroes on his own.
Interesting builds from Fear. He goes for the point booster. I guess just to tank up against all the minutes.
Just a casual Aghanims, it seems.
From CNF, but then he goes for the heals.
Oh, that's it. Well,
he knows that they were smoked. And Earthshaker, does he have his Blink Dagger yet?
I don't
They were smoked for a kill. Looks like an ult will come out onto EE, but it looks like a tanky build is going to help him out in the end. And they will take down the Shadow Fiend.
That is actually very, very good for C9.
Yeah.
Even though the Gyrocopter dies, the Shaker now has 2.6k gold, so he has a blink.
he just got a free blink from that.
And he's level 9.
This
is to be level 10.
A very early blink for the kind of game the Shaker had to play.
Yeah.
Like this could have been a 25-minute blink, just because Shaker has nowhere to go on the map. He can't really farm. And it's very hard to kill EG's heroes too. But every time EG puts aggression on Gyro, they pay for it. It's the second time already.
Sumail's playing like he can just kill everyone with his Requiem, but after that first botch kill, I mean, everything has gone really downhill.
I think EG is just a little bit too eager in what they're doing. Like, we saw something similar in the first game when they went for the Gyro gang with Klinks and Shadow Demon. They're doing the kind of the same thing with 2 heroes. Like, you gotta move more than 2 heroes. You gotta move 3 heroes. Move your mech hero. Very important. If the mech is there, no one will die. But instead, they just they go for random chances, which you have to do sometimes in Dota. But in this case, I think they can be more strategic about it.
I mean, they don't have that many windows, though. They ideally want to gank like without the Aegis and during the daytime. And that's true. EG is feeling. I mean, I agree with you. Their late game
A
certainly
lot
is
of
better.
aggression just comes naturally from Sumail, just the way he plays. He's a super aggressive player. He's gonna be there like on the lanes to find the kill, and then but you have to play around your players at the same time. Always gonna try to like, get more power points.
C9 with a very aggressive move into their opponent's jungle. Fear will get blown up instantly with the fissure. Will he get finished off though? One more right click from Misery, and PBD gets picked up in the process. Big Daddy diving in between the T2 and the T3. Doesn't want to walk into the black hole, but EE finally skilled the rocket. 3-man chrono comes out, but nothing more to show, and Fada will finish off the Enigma.
Very good for C9.
This is the C9 I wanted to see.
Yeah, it's a nice smoke, a nice observer placement, nice use of nighttime, and
the nighttime after like they have the Earthshaker Blink Dagger, and then they have the nighttime. They just feel very confident. I think Prophet has Necro Free already.
yeah, he does. He had it before the fight.
Yeah.
And at this point, like, EG had a lot of opportunities. Solo kills from the SF. They had, like, the Faceless Voice Skywrath combo. They had, like, the Enigma with the mech. And, I mean, he even had that one black hole, but none of them have really been doing anything. Quap had a really easy lane, and the safe lane hasn't really been able to transition. And
I mean, there's like, you're right. If you like if you look at one thing, there's one pattern you can see between both teams. C9 is playing like a team, but EG is not playing like a team this game at all. They're doing a lot of solo action. Like, we haven't seen EG's 5 heroes together for 20 minutes already. While C9 is constantly running around together.
yeah, now ES has a blink, and they've lost a couple fights during nighttime. They lost a couple of towers, and things are getting increasingly difficult for EG, and Cloud9 keeps taking out Roche. I mean, EG does have better late game on paper and better team fight, but as you said, they just haven't been together to chain anything.
Yeah, they haven't used their cooldowns together. They have Black Hole and Chronosphere, Requiem. We didn't even really see Quap ultis flying around. It's not much to be seen.
Yeah, they don't even have
a
a
combination of Skyref ulti with Chronosphere.
They can kill anyone. There's no mech on Cloud9 either, and they're just simply playing better.
Yeah.
And also, I think one really big thing that people tend to not look at when there's a team fight like this is the vision actually produced by the team fight. So if you look at the map, you see that C9 has these really deep wards. There's 3 of them in each side of the map.
And Zeus ulti.
And Zeus ulti. So they're gonna be constantly aware of what EG wants to do, because EG's not gonna be able to counter these wards because you don't know they're there.
There's too much open space.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing is when you play against heroes like Zeus and Nightstalker, you actually are forced to run around with 5 heroes just because of the vision game. C9 can do whatever they want because they see them at all times.
Well, Misery posted up in a position to defend this tower push from Cloud9, but EG, after being scouted out by his ultimate, do not look interested at all. And that will be the last bastion for the river for EG. No more defenses there.
And this tower push is just like it just happens because they constantly know where EG is on the map. They spotted 3 heroes trying to de-ward their wards, which just enables them to go bottom.
In C9's how they move their heroes. They feel very confident right now.
Yeah.
I mean, PPD's almost become a non-factor at this point, just because he hasn't been able to been hooked up. Well, Fada will pop a haste rune and escape the throes of EG.
And this is just another thing that Fada, like, always does if C9 has a good game. He's just gonna sit in one lane, just constantly push it. People are gonna try and go on him, but they're not gonna get the kill. It always happens.
This is one of Fader's strength, and one reason why Fader goes so well with C9 as a team as a whole. A very good synergy.
Gyrocopter building fairly tanky, similar build to last game with the HOD and the SNY with the nice little trusty Alpha Wolf.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been able to do very well, I think, given the situation. Aside from that one death where Night Stalker died, like, aside from that, I mean, this is not an easy line to split push against. And I mean, his team has been providing him with great opportunities with the aggressive smokes.
He definitely redeemed himself.
Yeah.
He's doing very well.
And you see at this point, like, what EG's trying to do here is they're trying to kill Fada, but what C9 does in response is they put Shaker next to the Zeus. So if Enigma was going to try and go for the Zeus in that case, they both would have died with Shaker. It might still happen, I'm not sure.
Does Enigma have BKB?
No.
No?
Treads blink mech.
Okay.
So they might, you see him walk after, like, they're just going to die.
Sumail goes in for a kill. EE follows up, and Bo3 TP and Owie black holing, but no one around, and
No, they
he
lost
sat
the
there.
Black Hole cooldown too.
This is just beautiful play coming out from C9. You can really admire it because they know exactly what EG wants to do. They want to kill Fada, and they're not gonna let him kill Fada. It's just
they're just reading them. And once again, they see C9 move 4 heroes instantly to 1 point.
Sumail caught out in the mid lane, does have a Yules, but again, he's going to drop as soon as he comes down. There's nothing to help him out. If he chronos, he's also going to die. Enigma's already dead. Universe goes for a TP out, but we'll have to time walk.
I mean, if EG wants to stay in this game, they really have to come together with all the heroes.
Well, they don't have that much longer on nighttime, but oh my goodness, PPD gets blown up right next to the T4 Sphere, maybe looking for the perfect ultimate on the back of a Chronosphere, but they're probably going to need a buyback from Sumail if they want to hold this tower. I don't even know if he has enough gold. He doesn't.
And you keep in mind, there's no black hole either, because they already used it.
Yeah, they have to have like a perfect chrono and a scream, but everyone's sitting way behind EE. Earthshaker still has Echo up. I don't know if they can hold this. Range Rex will fall, still 25 seconds left on respawn for Skyrim.
All the vision as well. So they understand how the Faceless Void will jump in.
Yeah, I mean, what do? They could smoke, but even then...
Universe is trying to run out of the Knife Sucker vision, but Knife Sucker is very deep.
I mean, can they even see any of the heroes down the hill? I don't think so. Not with darkness up.
Not with darkness, yeah.
Well, looks like they will get a free rack. The 2 heroes has respawned. It will be a 5v5, but again, Cloud9 knowing their window. Nighttime has ended. Darkness has ended. Roshan will respawn soon, and looks
they
like
just go for the Roshan straight and play with the momentum.
Wow.
And I'm not sure if EG has the damage to deal with them when they have the Aegis.
I'm not sure if they have the tools either, because Night Stalker just picked up his Aghanims. Gar just picked up his BKB. Zeus doesn't really have any close. He's going for the refresher, but he's not really close, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, Cloud9's really good playing around the vision, though.
They really are. I think it's one of their biggest strengths, and always has been.
That's true.
Like even when they're playing with Pilot Aya and Sing Sing, you always saw these, like these ganks where their supports would just camp one area for like 5 minutes straight. And it's just like a consequence or a result of
EG expecting a Roshan. EE will get solo chrono by Universe and will get blown up by Fear as well. Oh, 3-man Echo comes out from Misery. Zeus to follow, but no one else in sight. EG makes it a clean 2-0. Cannot follow it up with a Roche.
See what happens when EG decide to actually go together with 5 heroes. They instantly find very good kills. Find kills on the gyrocopter. And combinate their spells.
Cool. Well, C9. Do you still think EG can win team fights even with if C9 gets an Aegis?
The Aegis is going to be problematic, but because what EG wants to do is just chrono one guy and blow him up. But if there's an Aegis on the Gyrocopter, for example, it's still going to be problematic.
Do you think they're going to give it to Fada or EE?
I would assume to Gyrocopter.
I think Gyrocopter.
To just break high ground.
Zeus working on Refresher Orb, it looks like.
Yeah. He's gonna have it soon too.
Yeah, he's another voice stone on the recipe.
I mean, to me, this all really came down to that one top fight where EG had the pace of the game that they were going for, and then they go for a very aggressive play, and Sumail doesn't have mana for his ultimate.
Yeah.
And
out of that, the Earthshaker got his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that was just so devastating. And I mean, they had such a good laning phase. Zeus was getting owned by Shadow Fiend, then got the first blood on bottom. Everything was going well for them, and then just one gross misstep.
We have to like credit C9 the way they turned the game from that point. They didn't give it away. Like we barely saw any mistakes from that point from C9. They had a lot of mental strength. They just played together very nicely, positioned their players and heroes correctly.
That is definitely true. Well. Looks like Necrobook will be popped. Roshan is pretty low. Eidolon's coming in.
I think the Chronosphere is still cooldown. It might be just up again. Yeah.
Everything's up. Darkness is up, and
they're smoked. But C9 understands that the only way they lose this teamfight is if Gyrocopter gets chrono without an Aegis. Yeah. So they're playing very cautious.
And just to be sure, having the Zeus up.
Universe looking for an ultimate, and he has his BKB. He jumps in. EE will also get Black Hold as well as Chrono, but he popped his BKB beforehand. Midnight Pulse looking to break him down. Sumail will finally get the hit on EE. And Roshan looking about a little over 5% HP. Sumail with no BKB Yules himself up, and looks like he will get the blink off. Universe goes back in and will be able to kill Fada. He will deny himself. C9 with only 2 heroes left. Bo3 comes in, goes for the kill on Sumail. And looks like EG will turn to the wins and leave Roche the prized possession left for No Tail, as well as Bo3.
That was very good timing by Universe to jump into the Roshan. But the gyro positioned himself very nice. He started running away into the middle of the river. But sadly, EG, they stacked both their ultis, Chronosphere and Black Hole, just for the BKB gyrocopter. So I think EG could have taken the fight, possibly.
Yeah, I think that was really smart by EE. I think if he had tried to go for a Roche, he would have been Chrono, kill Roche, and then just kill EE. And on top of that, Cloud9 would have been forced to file into the pit because he like moved out a little bit.
And he would have put the Midnight Pulse in the pit, so he can't stay there at all.
Still, they do manage to bring down EE, but at the end of the day, C9 does get another Aegis, and EG will take heavy, heavy casualties. Aoi really needs this BKB, it looks like.
I mean, they gave the... You just look at this now, because they gave the Aegis to Night Stalker, because he was, I guess he was the only one alive. But
it's a very useless Aegis. Just... It's not gonna do much.
I think, like, because the way he plays, like, I mean, he was literally running in between EG's heroes.
Last recap of the team fight, EE runs out, and here we see the override with the Black Hole and the Chronosphere. Aoi will die shortly thereafter. Misery gets blown up on the side. Sumail, I mean, it was a pretty darn good team fight from EG, but Cloud9's positioning was just a little bit too good.
Yeah. And they have the Night Stalker ulti, so they have the advantage of the positioning game.
Yeah,
but EG knew their strength because Zeus had to use his ulti in order to secure the Roshan, or he wanted to, so they fought the whole fight without the Zeus ult.
Yeah, that was excellently executed.
But, like, both teams played it pretty good, the fight.
No Tail not scared with that Aegis, and PPD feeds away yet one more kill. They will scout out Universe, takes him down to half HP with the Mask Madness popped. I mean, everyone's forced to run away from this Night Stalker. I mean, he just has treads and ags, and no one can stand up to him. Unless it's a team fight. Yeah. Oh, a completely different tune coming out from Cloud9 this game. They found their confidence after their first 5-10 minutes of the game. I think, yeah, I mean, they are just playing so well. Their smoke ganks are on point. They get huge objectives, as you said, like the smoke gank in the mid lane, where they had 4 people. They took down a T1 and a T2 and laid 3 wards. That again set the framework for them. Buyback coming out from Enigma. He's very farmed this game, but hasn't really amounted to much. Actually, he's actually second lowest in net worth. He's been farming all game.
He's been having a rough time since C9 is controlling the map. Like, he has nowhere to go for like 10 minutes maybe already. C9 is constantly controlling the map with the Night Stalker ulti, with Zeus ulti.
3-man smoke comes out.
There's gonna be a clash coming now. EG is also smoked.
Looking to take a fight under the vision of the ward, but it's really difficult for them to take a good fight.
EG probably wants to put out some wards if you look at the Skyrim.
Oh, Fear will get...
Be careful. Wow.
Oh, he gets caught out after the Blink Dagger. Sumail brings in with BKB. Call down to follow. Big Chronosphere on Big Daddy, but he has the Aegis. EE has his BKB fall. Black Hole comes out on 3. Huge one coming out from Aoi. And that will result in a 4-man wipe potentially if Night Stalker dies one more time. Sumail is really low. Fauna coming in from behind, looking off to finish Sumail off with some lightning.
I think at this point, like, these team fights, they go in EG's favor because the nature of their draft.
Yeah, they also get more gold if you see that the gold change.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their heroes, and even if they're so far behind in gold and XP, they're still able to do these plays because their heroes are so good at tanking team fights. Like the Chrono into the Black Hole, they can't really stop it.
And this whole team event, unfortunate for C9. Like, the Fissure didn't hit the Quap because he randomly blinked up there. Like, he didn't see the Shaker, he was smoked, right?
Yeah.
And then he jumped like into the Queen of Pain, who ulted himself. Shaker got silenced, and then he just died, so he didn't do anything in the whole team fight.
Is he going for Octarine?
I guess so.
That's gross. A Night Stalker, oh my.
I guess it could be really good with the Darkness cooldown.
I mean, it's weird more than anything. I mean, it's 6k gold. I'm thinking if there are better choices for him, we can always get a Hex. You can get a good Dagon going on. You can get E-Blade for your gyrocopter. And
or Solar.
Yeah.
Solar Crest, maybe?
Solar Crest is a huge item.
Maybe if you're will build onto it.
Solar Crest is actually an item teams are underestimating too much. I've seen. It's actually one of the most broken items. That's what I feel about the item. And, well...
AG's just trying. Look at them. They're just sitting in their base because they're so scared.
MP with the Scythe of Vice completed. I mean, there's no chance they win a fight without their ultimates, and this was with an Aegis onto the Night Stalker. If they have an Aegis on Gyro, I mean, even with BKB though, he still can die, right? He has Chrono, he has Black Hole, he's sitting in Midnight Pulse for like 10 seconds, and there's not really that much they can do about that. So, I mean, the only way they can do it is take through it with Aegis or a cheese. So, Cloud9 definitely gonna have to wait for another Aegis to win this one. Maybe with the Blink Hex they can kill Enigma or Faceless Void immediately off the bat.
And they have so much backup. If they jump anyone but the two big ulti guys that is fighting Enigma, they just come in and do it. If they jump to Enigma, or they
Fada
very nice Yules.
Haste
Stop
taken
the
off.
haste.
But they're too scared.
Yeah, they're very scared. Because every time they've done that,
It's a
something
1v4.
bad happened.
Fada takes Fear's ultimate, and Bo3 looking to stave them off. And Fear will pop his BKB. We see Night Stalker coming in from behind, everyone else coming in from the right side. And PPD.
Oh, it didn't.
Wow.
Oh, I misclicked.
Okay. Well, Sumail will. Sumail will get his TP canceled. EE looking in for a kill. He is locked in with the Beast, but will BKB pop his ultimate? EE counters it with a BKB of his own, and Fear gets echoed in the face. No BKB up for him.
Oh,
Universe with a huge Chronosphere to save Sumail. And will Universe make it out alive? It's not looking good.
I think so. Like it sounds.
He's Glimmer Cape.
I don't know where Necro 3 is. Probably somewhere on cooldown. Rocket will come and follow Aoi, but a buyback from Fear. I don't know if Cloud9 heard that sound, but now they will be wary.
That was a very hesitant fight. Like, we saw how EG was so, like, they were hesitating so much to go on the Zeus, actually, and then PPD and Fear decided, alright, let's go for it. And every time they tried to do that kind of kill, it kind of went wrong. And same worked out, but C9 turned very nicely the whole situation. No Tail stopped the TP and just put the urn instantly on SF, and the urn nowadays it just stops the Blink Dagger from working, so he was kind of stuck. And that was some nice plays from C9.
Yeah, his misclick turned into a big boon for them, getting a kill on Sumail instead.
Yeah.
And I think he misclicked on the Void on Skyra.
It looked like it.
And then what turned out to be in his favor, to get the Shadow Fiend instead.
What's Zeus going for after his refresher?
I think
TBD, Veil, or
What does he usually go for? Either Hex,
I think
Hex or Aghanim's?
I know that I know Fader doesn't like Aghanim's. I've seen him going for Dagon,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if it's the item this game. I think it's good still, but Glimmer Cape is now there. Like in last patch, Dagon was the item for Zeus, but nowadays with Glimmer Cape, he might go for the Octarine Core maybe, just to have better cooldowns. But it's 6k gold of just whatever. Could be Hex.
EV.
Yeah, E-Blade. I mean, he has a refresher, so getting an active item is probably better. Double Hex, double E-Blade, double Dagon.
Universe managed to pick up some farm after having a rather rough early game.
If this White would get some more items, he'll become a monster in this game.
What's our
Deal with the
Roshan?
Gyrocopter.
Respawn looking like 2 minutes post 8.
Who knows? I can't look at that clock actually. Alright, 1 minute then. That works.
There we go.
Digital clocks, let's go.
On Cloud9, they're constantly scouting out with Nature's Prophet's Treants. I mean, do you think EG should pick a gem up right now? It seems like...
The gem is always needed at this point in the game.
Yeah. I mean, Cloud9 have very deep wards. 3 right outside the base, 1 in the Radiant jungle, and...
I think EG is really thinking about the 4-staff right now. They probably want to get it on Skyriff to counter the Sprout and Hex. Just force up your teammate out.
I mean... Oh, BKB Pulled out by Universe, will go on to Bo3. Fear, followed closely behind, does have his ultimate, will not blow it, and that's an easy kill. And did he, looks like he dodged the ultimate right there from...
He might have dodged
yeah, I think he backtracked that, and Fado will take another unfortunate spill, will not pop his Bloodstone.
I would like to look at that again, because the way I see it, I think he backtracked 2 ultimates.
Yeah, I was pretty sure Universe should have died there. Well,
I think you got Glimmer Cape, maybe.
Ah, maybe,
So,
yeah.
Well, Cloud9 looking to capitalize off this.
EG is getting very good kills. They, like, CNN has to be a little bit careful with their movement. They put 2 core heroes on top lane.
They need Night Stalker there.
They need to understand what made them win the game in the first place, and that was sticking together and taking good team fights. Now you see the reverse. See EG is sticking together and just catching these heroes off from time to time. So they have very good comeback potential. It's also the nature of the lineup to just become stronger at this point. But then now we have Butterfly on Aegis on Gyrocopter.
Do they still go for refreshers like they used to do with this strategy on EG?
Who's gonna go on refresh?
Like Enigma, Chrono?
It's very far away from them, I think. I mean,
I think Void, with the new refresher change, I'm not sure if Void can actually go refreshers.
he needs Aghanims first.
He definitely needs Aghanims first.
And it seems like the Void, he needs to deal a lot of damage too. So he probably needs MKB at this point in the game.
Oh, Gem up on No-Tail.
Dr. Core.
Oh, doesn't actually go for kill. So what's the cooldown duration
It's
we're
the
looking
cooldown
at?
of cheese.
Wow.
What, it doesn't go down? That can't be right.
Well, we have 50-second duration and 60-second cooldown. That is insane. Big Daddy posting up outside the base, seeing if any people are smoked, looking for the initiator. Maybe Bo3 can get a lucky hex before they go in here. He runs in. Zero-man Chronosphere. Owie locked up in the back. Will get a 2-man Black Hole Universe trying to beat on them in the back. Suman will channel his Requiem. Big Daddy will pop a cheese, but where is his team?
This was a super weird team fight.
They got annihilated.
A huge Black Hole. There was some free heroes actually. And the Gyro just gave away his Aegis. Like, he wanted to use the BKB after the Aegis. That was his idea. But they all died during this time of the Aegis respawn.
C9 just rushed it, because
this is a very classic C9 move I've seen a million times. Every time they're in dire and they push the bottom lane, they dive into this area, like behind the Rexes, and they die every time.
Yeah, because there's no reason for diving the tower. Like, you have the Aegis on Garo, and you have a Butterfly. He's not gonna die to the Void.
Like, the idea of strategy is you want to let your opponent run into you, because then you will win fights. This is how you'll win every war. Let them run into you and then you kill them. Instead they just run into the depths. There's no reason to do it. You just hit the tower, take positions. You have the super darkness. I mean, if you get Octarine Core, then you have to use it too. You have the darkness going on, so they don't see you anyway. You can take all, they can only see the Gyrocopter, maybe the Prophet hitting tower. Then you let them run in, blow their cooldowns, you have Aegis, and then you just turn the whole fight. And you have all the vision to do what you want, to jump who you want, to hex, and well.
Instead, they walk right into EG, allow them to pop all their BKBs, get some sick ultimates off, and EG will live to see another fight.
And we see Void go with the route of just dealing damage. He's gonna pick up the MKB here, just to kill the Garo. And I feel like Garo is very vulnerable to this Void.
Yeah, it's, can we see the items of the faces Void?
Misery goes in, and BKB will be popped by Fear. Will be chasing Misery, but will run away with his Glimmer Cape. Will he get away?
He's good.
Very flashy play by Misery. You see, Void is going straight. Oh, he already has his MKV. He's just saving for the buyback.
Yeah.
This Void is going to be dangerous now. He might just deal with the Gyrocopter on his own.
What does Gyro have? Does he have Satanic yet?
No, he has the 4 items. Yeah.
It's actually quite farm compared to what I thought it was.
If Gyro really needs the Satanic at this point. He still has his Alpha Wolf as well.
I mean, either Satanic or just something, an item from a teammates, like E-Blade on Zeus, for example, would just allow him to live through everything.
I think they needed the E-Blade already for the Gyro, just because it's by now they understand that no matter what, they will want to jump the Gyrocopter.
Yeah. but he goes for the Hex, which in theory is not bad by any means, but
I think the Hex is fine. It's a strong item with Refresh.
I feel like the main issue C9 has though in all these team fights is that the Furon is not very effective at all. Like the Furon just TPs in, either he gets Black Hold or in another fight he got Yule's Requiem. He's just not able to dish out any damage at all.
He also didn't really go for damage items.
Yeah.
I think what he has to go for is some Desolator Cuirass, something like that. Can be very beneficial for C9.
He picked up a Maelstrom, but I'm not sure if that does it at this point in the game.
I think it's probably the wrong choice of items.
So at this point, does EG ever make a move for their own, or they just wait for Cloud9 to keep messing up inside their base? Well,
I see there's the smoke. EG has more confidence now. They just want a huge fight.
They have a really good ward up here, which is about to get dewarded.
But this darkness is such a struggle for EG. Yeah. Like they just cannot look at their vision. There's like, oh, what's going on, guys? Where are they? But C9 actually sees them.
Yeah, EG trying to make a low percentage play over here.
Yeah, it's just a gamble for EG. Like they don't have any choices. They have to go for these gamble smokes. And the question is, how many smokes do they have left? Like either they have like a 5-minute cooldown now, like 8-minute cooldown. And I don't think they have any more smokes, so they have to stay in their base. Like they cannot do anything.
It looks like EE has bought out. I don't believe he has money for buyback at this point.
I wonder if they're going to make their play now, which it looks like.
We see the net worth chart is
pretty risky, I would say.
Like even though C9 is losing these fights, they're always still on top of the net worth because they can just farm the whole map with no danger, and EG has to camp their base.
PPD trying to get some more vision out. They might lose their gem over here, though.
If Night Stalker goes closer, he's going to see him. But, yep, there he is. PPD.
Universe looking for a chrono.
Nice blink.
Gets one on EE. And no one else to follow. They sheep up Sumail. EE, oh no, he was not able to live out of that. We see another black hole and another big fight. EE with no buyback, and Fada looks like he might die, but they turn around on Fear. Big Daddy running in on him. Bo3 sprouting up, and Queen of Pain will die in the end. A 2 for 2. Looks like Gem will exchange hands. That was a nice sheep.
They took the whole fight without the Skyrift mage. We saw how strong the Void is with the MKB. He practically killed the Gyro alone. This is why we have been talking about the E-Blade. It would have just nullified the whole idea of Faceless Void against Gyrocopter, and they could just turn the fight and probably win the game right there and then.
Universe is really good about not getting sheeped up before fights too.
Yeah.
Like they have darkness, they have huge vision, they have like Blink Echo.
Universe is one of the best position players in the whole world. Like top 3 without doubt. When he plays these heroes like Void and Tidal, he always gets his jump correctly.
Oh. EG still kind of cornered in their own base. 15,000 gold lead for Cloud9. Roshan respawning in a few minutes. What's our buyback status at? EE definitely doesn't have one. And Void, Enigma, Zeus.
Mjolnir picked up on Furon. I don't know. I feel like this Furon is quite useless, to be honest.
I don't know why he went. I mean, let's try to get into his mind. Why did he go for Mjolnir? He knows that they have PKBs, and Mjolnir is like less effective the later the game goes, unless it's for pushing creeps. But he doesn't need to push creeps because all the lanes are always pushing into EG.
So you prefer like a Deso AC or like a Daedalus build?
AC would have been nice. Desolator would have been cool. I think AC is the item for sure. Like they don't have an AC yet. And they also don't have Vlads, and Vlads works on range heroes too, so it's very beneficial.
Should the NS be picking these up?
Yeah, he could have, but he opted for Octarine Core, which is alright, because he has the idea of the permanent darkness going on. But, well, you need to distribute your items correctly. I think probably could have went for Kuros, and Night Stalker could have went for Vlads, and then they would have just had plus 10 armor in their team, which is so needed against EG's lineup.
We're gonna try again, but Gyrocopters.
There we go.
I mean, the same thing is gonna happen every single time.
And EE, I mean, BKB Satanic does not matter. They do get some damage on a T3, but trying to find a window in between black hole cooldowns, and instead EG will capitalize on yet another opportunity.
C9 has to be cool now. Like, they have to stop being there. They have to understand that, I mean, Void is jumping Gyro every fight. Like, all they need to do is find the E-Blade, Glimmer Cape the Gyro, so Skyrift spells is nullified as well. And even if the Skyriff ulti goes for the E-Blade, he's not gonna die from it. He's gonna BKB Satanic and go back, and the BKB of Void will run out after the Chronosphere. They can hex him, and then he can just leech with Satanic.
They still have to deal with Midnight Pulse and Black Hole though, which is...
I mean, I think the BKBs of Enigma is like pretty low already, and if they blow Chronosphere and Black Hole on Gyro, and he can survive like 5 to 10 more seconds, they can just win the team fight. But instead, the Gyro is just dying with the Chronosphere, and then they have the Black Hole still to like win the fight, like to kill the other heroes.
And this might, I mean, at the same time, this might just come back to the Furion, because Furion is like the second core on C9, but he's really not able to dish out any damage at all.
I mean, we can pick on so many things. You can pick on the item choices and what they're doing in these fights. But, well, I think at this point C9 understands.
Oh, they catch a lucky break with a long Roche respawn. EE will not have to blow anything, and I mean, at the end of the day, they actually get a fair amount of damage on the T3 for not that much. I guess a little bit of map control loss for them.
Can we see the items of Queen of Pain? We haven't really paid any attention to the Queen of Pain, but he's not having a good game at all. He's very inefficient items. This point, 50 minutes into the game. Oh, he also didn't skill up the Shadow Strike. It's weird. It's actually very good to skill up.
Nope. There's the E-Blade at least.
Yep, maybe now they can finally save
EE for E-Blade.
So we'll see if this comes into effect for the next chrono.
So pretty much make EE Superman. They should have gotten a Solar Crest earlier.
Yeah.
Like Medallion him.
Yeah, they could have
Glimmer
had
Cape.
these items 15 minutes ago, I think.
Glimmer Cape, AC, Vlad's. There's so many things that they could have done on EE. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Until he survives for BKB ult or BKB Satanic.
But Dota is still Dota, so EG, they do not know that they have E-Blade, I think. But if they do, they can go for the Diffuser Blade next. But it's the Zeus who has the E-Blade, so he can refresh it.
EG, no hope of contesting this Roche, even with all their ultimates up. The lack of vision severely hindering their movement around the map.
So we'll see if C9 does the correct thing this time with Aegis. Since there's no refresh on Void, they just need to bait out the first chrono and then just survive whatever comes next, be it the Black Claw or the whatever.
Yeah, I feel like that the Lotus Orb might be a good pickup for EG, because there's like a lot of target items at this point in the game. There's hexes.
Who's gonna afford it though?
Yeah, it's a tough choice. Maybe the Queen of Pain, but at the same time Queen has to go into the carry route too.
Yeah, she's really poor. Shadow Fiend's slot
like
limited.
If the squad gets a Kuros, maybe he will have a team quite a lot in this team fight.
Alright, so this, I like this, what they're doing now, because Bo3 realizes that he doesn't do anything in the team fight, so he's just going to go for the buildings instead. Which is
the correct way of playing.
Yeah. So, whenever they go on bottom, he's going to go on top.
Well, they kind of need that ward dewarded. I don't know if No-Tail's going to move up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They're going to spot it out.
Okay, there they go. Bone7 still hiding in the trees.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it soon. He's just waiting for the creeps. The creeps entered base now.
Oh, there they go. T3 gonna fall.
going right
Couple
now.
hits. Well, they won't go on E. No Glimmer Cape, no nothing. He does have his Aegis, and they will tank it. Universe blew his BKB.
Black Hole is, so there's the E-Blade.
Black Hole coming out, no cooldowns pop. He's still pretty healthy. BKB, Satanic pop. EE still trucking away, sitting in the midnight post though. EB comes out, and EE is living. Bone7 TPs into the fight. Big call down. He'll hit nobody. Rax exposed. Universe has died. He will expend his buyback. Range Rax quickly falls. Now EG completely out of ultimates. And another Rax, and that was just with the Aegis.
Very simple. Very simple.
That was the correct use of Aegis to simple.
Universe doesn't have his buyback up. Goes in on EE. What's the range on Glimmer Cape use, by the way?
It's like 800, I think.
800?
Maybe 900.
I don't think they've been able to get it off on any of the fights. Well, Bone7 gets blown up trying to take out the last set of Rax. EE with eyes on the prize, focus on the melee Rax. BKB Universe will go on to the gyrocopter. Not sure if he's going to survive that much longer. Gets forced
Nice
out.
force stuff. Very nice force stuff.
Satanic popped up, but he's not able to get that many right clicks on Bone7 on the left side, trying to take down Sumail. Almost takes down Universe, and Shadow Fiend. Fada will finish one off. Will he get the other? Blink up in just a second, but
TP'd out.
yeah, TP'd out. And still one set of Rex left for Evil Geniuses. Looks like very hectic fight, but in the end, Cloud9 walk away with so darn much.
That was a clean fight by C9 this time. They used the Aegis correctly. They just hit the tower. They let them run into them. They stayed all behind the gyro instead of diving their tier 3 towers. And like in order to kill the Aegis from gyro, the Void has to use BKB, and it's already a 5-second BKB. And when the BKB is off, the Void is not dangerous anymore, and gyro's gonna come back into the fight.
So what is EG's game plan at this point? Like they lose one more fight, they lose the game. And they can't wait until next Aegis because C9 has finally figured out a decent formula for breaking high ground.
The dream for AG is to get the smoke and just get a jump on them outside their base, possibly, and then do something. But that's not even enough because C9 is gonna have buybacks. Like at this point the game is so hard for AG. They're gonna be locked in their base because of Prophet pushing and most importantly because of Darkness. Like we already see Universe is playing more confident now.
Oh, he gets hexed up. Big Daddy will go in. Big Echo coming out from Misery will take down Universe. Universe has no buyback. He's down for 115.
Yeah, we can't like do any blame. This is like he has to do something. He understands like even if they would win a team fight in their